It is so wonderful to be here to give another year-end wrap-up of the work that we have been able to do together as a community. I'm so pleased with the progress that we have made in so many different areas, but none more proud than the work that we've done on giving great opportunities to our young people. This is really all about NOLA for Life. It's about making the city safe and giving children the opportunities they need, as well as seniors and everybody else, to realize all the wonderful talents that have been bestowed upon them. One of our primary missions when we came into office together was to make sure that NORD becomes one of the best recreation programs in America. As you know, when we first got here, we doubled the funding for NORD. First thing that we did when we got here, and then we got about rebuilding NORD not only institutionally and functionally and programmatically, but we also got about getting the recovery on track to make sure that facilities as beautiful as this one were actually pushed into every part of the city. It's about investing in meaningful opportunities for youth to kind of improve job readiness and to reduce crime. It's about expanding athletic and programmatic opportunities. It's about providing safe places, and it's about a model recreation program for America. And I have to say that I believe that we are well on our way to achieving that goal, although we always have more work to do. The essential message is that we bring people together and we get things done. We are joined today by our Council President, Jackie Clarkson. Councilmember James Gray is with us. Councilmember Susan Guidry is with us. Mr. Vic Richards, who is the CEO of New Orleans Recreation Development Corporation. John Seibel, who is the chair of the New Orleans Recreation Development Corporation. Ms. Kelly Brown is with us. We have Sakari Morrison, who has represented Chevron, that has been a great partner, not only for NOLA for Life, but also for NORD-C. Ed McGinnis, the Lions Booster Club. Rashawn Price, the Joe Brown Booster Club. Nadia Ferdinand from Treme. Derek Henderson from Harrell. And we have some young men from New Orleans RBI who are the ones who are getting the benefit of using the facilities and taking the responsibility of taking care of them. So I want to give everybody a big round of applause for the tremendous amount of work that you guys have done. We couldn't get this done without you, so thank you all. We have heard from the people of New Orleans that they want to rebuild the recreation facilities and opportunities for all of our kids. As I said when we first got here, we doubled the funding for NORD. No other organization in the city has had that kind of financial benefit from the city. Secondly, last year alone, we added another $1 million to NORD's budget with the great help and the leadership of the city council members that are behind us. We also are using $65 million of a bond issue for not only new streets across the city, but for NORD-C facilities. And I'd like to just take a minute to remind people of the work that has been done just in the last year. Bear with me because it is somewhat lengthy. First of all, we began working on facility improvements to major recreation centers throughout the city. We have had major improvements in every neighborhood, from New Orleans East to Treme, to Gertown, to Pensiontown, St. Roch, Uptown, Lakeview, and to Pontchartrain Park, and many, many places in between. In fact, the center that you're sitting in is where I'm attempted to learn how to play basketball when I was a baby boy in Biddy, Lions Center. We have had $5 million of renovations in this facility. The renovations speak for themselves. For those of you that had a chance to be with us at the groundbreaking, it is quite amazing the work that has been done here. The gym was redone, the stage was redone, pool, bathhouse, and activity rooms have all been redone, and of course we house the New Orleans Ballet and great training facilities and culture, and we have a computer room that is helping educate the children in the afternoon. At Joe Brown Park in New Orleans East, in a partnership with Nike, we have $23.4 million in renovations. We have a brand new recreation center, pool lighting, ball fields, shelters, walking paths, 2 new stadiums. That is now a state-of-the-art facility in New Orleans East, which, by the way, is immediately adjacent to the new firehouse that has been built right across the street from the new hospital that is going to be open before June 1st, right next door to the new clinic that's coming with the Daughters of Charity, and so that part of New Orleans East is going well. In Treme, we had a $5.6 million renovation of the Treme Center, which we know is the heart of that particular neighborhood. We had gym, pool, locker rooms, and fitness rooms that were done. And then we went into Gertown, where the Norwood Thompson Playground has been completely renovated, $612,000 in improvements. We jumped over to Pensiontown, and in partnership with the NFL and the Harrell family, rededicated that sacred space that was named after a police officer that was taken from us early in his life. $1.6 million in improvements. And for those of you that forgot this, immediately after the world-class Super Bowl that we put on, we took the turf from that particular game and actually put it on that field. And our young men are actually playing football on world-class turf. And that is another example of a great partnership. We move into the St. Roch neighborhood. We did $1.8 million in renovations of the St. Roch playground, where we renovated the baseball field, the basketball court, restaurants, and concession stands. And of course, for those of you that have been paying attention, it's right down the street from the St. Roch Market, which has a multi-million-dollar renovation to help bring back that part of the neighborhood as well. And for those of you that have been following our work at Pontchartrain Park, which is the oldest historically African-American neighborhood in the city, besides the multi-million-dollar renovations that we did at the baseball stadium and the tennis courts and the golf course, we now have a restaurant and a clubhouse coming out of the ground that will be second to none. So as you can see, every part of the city has come along in the Nord renovation so that every child in the city has equal opportunity and equal access. And it has been a quite amazing feat for our capital projects folks and all of our partners to be able to put the money together, put the plans together, put the strategy together, actually implement them, get them open so that the kids can actually use them. And so as we think about what's coming next, because that's what always people want to know, when is my turn? On top of the work that we've done in the lower Ninth Ward on Bonner, the major school repairs that we've done there, the $40 million in streets that we've repaired, we're actually beginning to embark on the Stallings Center, St. Claude facility, a $6.1 million new facility that's going to have a rec center and indoor pool. We jump back up to Lakeview to Gernon Brown Park, where we're going to do $1.2 million of investments in the gym that is on the corner of Marconi and Harrison. And then, of course, back in Lower 9, we're finally going to break ground on the $19 million Sanchez Center to anchor that community. There is no neighborhood in the city that will be or has been left behind in one of the most important things that we're doing in terms of saving our children and using Nord to do that. Of course, facilities alone are not the things that matter. It's what goes on in the facilities, because that is where the programming takes place. That's where the life transformation actually occurs, and the children of this city learn the values of coming together, teamwork, partnership, and learning how to resolve their differences peacefully. So one of the things that we did was we introduced support and positive experience for youth and families. As you know, when we came into office, we didn't have very many youth camps. This summer, thanks to all of the people standing behind us, we had 34 youth camps that served more than 3,400 children. They had some enrichment, arts, music, and recreation. This year, we had 17 camps, when before we didn't have very many at all. We had 900 young men and women who came to the teen camps, and when they were there, we worked with them on career exploration. We also gave them a chance to earn money. On top of that, more than 57,000 free, nutritious meals were served to kids and teens. For those of you that may remember this, when we came here, there was a complete disjoint between the USDA and the Federal Department of Agriculture and the ability to feed kids during the summers, because most of the summer camps were not attached to the schools. We attached them to the schools, and then we plussed up by a very large number the number of nutritious meals that our children can serve, because as Healthy Start came along, it's really important that these kids eat right. 57,000 meals were served during Nord camps this summer. And then finally, one of the things that's near and dear to my heart, I actually carry my swimming card in my pocket that I got when I was a little kid. It's in my desk, and I show it every year. Red Cross taught me how to swim. And it really is important that every child has an opportunity not only to recreate in all the wonderful pools that we have, one of which is attached to this building, but to make sure that they have those opportunities available to them to learn how to swim. When we came in, 8 pools were open. This summer we had 13 pools that were open that serve kids and teens and seniors, by the way, especially out at Joe Brown Park. The American Red Cross, in partnership with us, another example of leveraging our assets, we had 42,616 hours of lessons to children and adults this summer. More than 5,400 people, citizens of New Orleans, young and old alike, got swimming lessons this summer, which in my opinion is spectacular. The only way that all of this stuff gets done is if you can bring people together and get things done, and what that means is creating strategic partnerships to leverage assets. So it's not only the government or the Nord Foundation, but it's the private sector and the not-for-profits that all put their money in, leverage their assets, and then produce a wonderful result. And so I want to thank Chevron, who is with us today. The Pelicans and the Saints have been great partners for us. The American Red Cross, the New Orleans Ballet Association, Casa Samba, the Nord Foundation. John, you're here. You guys have done a great job, and I thank you for the work that you have done. And to just add just a wonderful cherry on top of this spectacular work that we've done, Nordsea is now going to have a permanent and spectacular home in the renovation and the restoration of the Milne's Boys Home, which you know has historic importance to the city of New Orleans. We are in the process of undergoing an $11.2 million restoration. The funding comes from the work that we've done with FEMA, city bond funds, and state capital outlay. It is committed capital outlay project that, for many of you know, so the groundbreaking in some time. And again, this is a perfect example of how you take a difficult problem that has existed for long, try to bring creative solutions to it, leverage everybody's assets, and then produce something that is going to benefit the entire city. This is going to house Nordsea's executive and managerial staff for the first time. They have currently been scattered across the city, and it will also be the headquarters for NOLA for Life and the work that we do in trying to save kids, and I can't think of a better use for that property. So that is a rundown of the work that just happened this particular year. It's an update. As I said, none of this would have happened without the people behind us, because it's all about bringing people together, getting things done, partnerships, and doing it for the right reasons. And this is just a wonderful example. And of course, none of this would be possible without the work of the City Council. So I'm going to ask our Council President, Jackie Clarkson, to come up on behalf of the Council and ask the other Council members if they have any comments after that, and then bring up Vic, John Seibel, Sakari Morrison from Chevron, and then Ms. Maya Weich, who is going to be a Booster Club liaison for Nordsea. Thank you all so very much, and thank you all for the work. I appreciate you on behalf of the children.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you all for being here. Moving forward, Nord is on a roll, and we'll keep it going. And next we go across the river to Algiers, and we will finish there. I get a lot of questions about why isn't there more Nord in Algiers? We weren't underwater. We were not devastated. We were the dry part. We were the safe haven of this city, and we served that mission well. And now it's time to finish Nord in Algiers. We had to start in the east. We had to start at the lakefront. We had to start downtown. We had to start where everyone was devastated, and I know everyone understands that. But now it's time to cross the bridge. And so we have done Brechtel Park, but now we have to do the golf course. And whether it'll be a golf course or an auditorium or whatever it's going to be, we'll have public hearings and we're ready to go. We have the new turf at Berman Stadium. We have a new clock. Now we have new lights, Mr. Vick, thank you. And we're just getting started. There'll be bathrooms, right? And then we go to, we will go to the soccer stadium, which is, we're very fortunate. Through several generations of senators, we have state money. But we finally have a city and a Nord that can put it all together and make that work. So yes, we're coming across the bridge. Don't be impatient. And so, because that's moving forward and that's next on the list. But I want to thank the mayor and especially the whole city council, who this is the priority of the budget. Also as budget chairman, I can tell you there's no greater priority in the city of New Orleans than our police force and our Nord. Because Nord is the prevention of juvenile crime. Nord is where we should begin, because we don't want to cure from juvenile crime. We want to prevent juvenile crime. Nord has rebuilt beautifully, thanks to all of what the mayor said, and it's also rebuilt culturally as well as athletically. And that's critically important to those of us that like being tutus. So I want to thank all of you that have been a part of this, especially Vic Richard. He takes orders from multi parts of us and makes it all work. Thank you, Vic.
First of all, Councilwoman Clarkson is absolutely right. We're on a roll. We're doing great in this city with Nord. We'll do better. I thank the mayor for his leadership, and I thank Vic for taking all of my phone calls. Now, what I say to Vic all the time is, Vic, I want you to provide the infrastructure, the buildings, the fields. We, the people, are going to provide the coaches and the leadership on the teams. Now, they're called my bluff on that. They're providing the fields, the buildings, and all of that. So I'm saying to we, the people, we need to come and deal with our kids at these marvelous playgrounds and see to it that they have the great experiences that they can have at these facilities. but the facilities are nothing unless we are there making them work. And while I agree with Jackie Clarkson, NORD is a great crime preventer, but it's a lot more than that. It gives a kid the idea and the notion that he can do anything. I say all the time that sports is sort of life concentrated. In life, you have to work over a lifetime to achieve great things. In sports, you can just practice for a couple of years. And the final thing for the few line center people, I sat in this seat many days watching my son from Rosenwald at the time torment the kids from line center and the rest of the city, because Rosenwald in those days had the best basketball program in the city. Because now the best basketball program is going to be at Joe W. Brown, now that we're out there. Thank you.
Becky, next.
I'm just going to ditto what's been said. I want to thank the mayor for his dedication to NORD and to the progress that we all envisioned when we walked into office that we wanted to make. I don't think we could have asked for anything to go any faster or any better than it has gone. And I want to thank the capital projects people and the people all involved in the programming and Vic for everything that everyone has done, really working double time to bring these programs back to our youth, and very, very excited about it. And on the council, of course, we wholeheartedly support it and will continue to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Vic, thank you for all your work. Spectacular.
Happy New Year, everyone. It's good to see you all. It's a humbling experience and an opportunity for me to have been bestowed the confidence of the entire city, really. And I don't take that responsibility lightly. I want to first thank our Maker, the one that protects us and guides us all each and every day, our Savior, Jesus Christ. But then thank the mayor, along with the city council, the staff that I have been delicately trying to put together over the last 3 years, or 3.5 years, I can't believe where the time went. And also Sakari, Warner, John's behind me, Roy. You know, I could go on and on to name all of the folks, the parish that are here right now. The bottom line is the city is where it is because we've made a conscientious decision to move it. You've heard us all talk about what we deserve to be. And our attitude is really simple. We are the best. If other cities have the things that they have, why don't we? And I think my staff at times believe I'm a little nuts, and I guess I won't let them stop thinking that, because it's really simple. I let them know, if you don't believe that you're the best, we can't be the best. So that's where we are right now. Mr. Mayor, I'm going to tell you, in my 29 years of professional life, I've never seen $140-something plus million investment. And before I left on Christmas Eve, I was reviewing some documents, and the last number I looked at was $144 million that we're managing directly in infrastructure alone. That's not operating, that's not corporate help from Chevron or anywhere else. That is just the infrastructure. So that is the commitment that has been made by this administration, the city council people, all of them. And we talk and we live together. And that is the reason why it's working. Do we agree all the time? No. Do we talk on weekends? Do we communicate on nights? Do you get calls while you're in church? And they know when I'm in church because I don't answer the phone, I leave it in the car. But it's because of the attitude of the people that's in our city at this time and where we are, is because why we're winning. And I'm proud to be back home. I will be cheering for the Saints this weekend, but I do have a personal tie to the Eagles, but this is home. But I want to tell everybody, let's continue what we've begun, and we've still got a lot of work to do because we've got a lot of nuts and bolts in order to keep it sustained, and then that way it doesn't make a difference in how much water comes in or whatever takes place. It will be a professional organization. It can stand on its own, and it can stand up to any organization across the United States. God bless you.
Thank you, Vic. John Simon.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I could talk for a couple hours about everything good that's happened in North this year. But the main thing I want to emphasize is the team we have developed. The mayor, as captain of the team, has done things no other mayor in this city has ever done for recreation. Doubling the budget is just a part of it. He's available to each and every one of us whenever we need him, and I can't thank you enough, Mr. Mayor. The City Council has been tremendously supportive of every effort we've made, and we thank all of you for your efforts there. As head of the foundation, obviously I interact closely with the private sector, and Chevron has set the bar so high for our corporate citizens. Their contributions are endless. And one of the biggest things they did, which doesn't really show up on the playgrounds or in the parks, is they underwrote a strategic plan for Norwood, which was conducted by the Boston Consulting Group and completed earlier this year. And it is a 5-year strategic plan, which the ultimate objective of which is to make the New Orleans Recreation Development Commission nationally accredited as a nationally accredited recreation system. I can't tell you how far away from that we were when we began this effort, but we are rolling, as several people have said. And my promise to the mayor and the city council and all the citizens of New Orleans is that by 2017, we will be nationally accredited and we will be recognized as the state-of-the-art system we all want it to be. Thank you.
Chevron has over 30,000 employees and retirees in this region, so you can understand how we believe that we are part of this community. So for us, it was not a question that we wanted to be involved in a partnership like this. And everyone's been speaking about, we're making progress, we're in motion. This is a machine. And the only way a machine can keep going is that we continue this unique and creative partnership between the private sector, public sector, nonprofits. And because that is the core of its success, is the fact that we were able to humbly work together to support the economic and social vitality of this region by focusing on our youth. And as a representative of Chevron, I'm pleased that we were able to be a part of this. One of the private organizations that have been part of this success, and we are committed to continuing to be a part of that success. So thank you all for your notes around Chevron and how we've supported, but we are one of many private sector organizations that are committed to this, and we're just happy to be a part of the team.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. So first, thank you to the mayor. Thank you for your vision. Thank you to Vic for your vision and your leadership. We have parents here. We also have Booster Club presidents here. And the Booster Club is truly an example of nothing for us without us. It's our athletics and it's our parents that make that happen. And so at the end of last year, we did bring together a standardized process, so we have everything documented for all of our Booster Clubs across the city, including completing that with a final comprehensive training for them. So all of our Booster Clubs that have been doing this work for so long, and those that are coming to the table for the first time, are starting fresh. We're moving forward with a united vision, with united purpose and resolve, so that their input, their persistence, their heart and soul that come from the parents, the volunteers, and the many community members that are committed to our youth are doing so together as a united front. And so at the beginning of this year, we have a comprehensive list of booster clubs that are active across the city. And so we'll see the true support that is vital to the success of our playgrounds coming from the Booster Club moving forward. So thank you again, Mayor. Thank you again, council members and our commissioners that do all of the work that they do for the NORD Commission on a volunteer basis every month. So thank you so much, and we look forward to an exciting year of fun in 2014.
Thank you. I'm going to make two comments and then open it up to questions on topic and then off-topic questions we'll take on the side. Number one, to make Maya's point, Nord in New Orleans is going to be one of the best in the country, primarily because, and yet the booster clubs do that work, because Nord is, at the end of the day, primarily a volunteer organization. We can build this infrastructure. We can actually provide an umbrella for programming, but at the end of the day, if the young men and women that are working there do not take care of those facilities, right, or make sure that nobody else hurts them, or booster clubs take care of them, that's the part of the partnership that is critically important, that we have had really wonderful success with, and we will keep that going from time to time. So the young men who are standing behind me, we give these to you. They're yours. Take care of them, and make sure if other people don't want to take care of them, we find out who they are and make sure that we keep our facilities available so that you can have the tools that you need. The second thing that is just a tiny bit off topic, but you're going to hear more about it, Mayor Nutter and I, who's the mayor of Philadelphia, have been in discussions that have been very polite up to this moment, and hopefully they will continue to be through the next 2 days. But we will have more information about the wager that the city of New Orleans and the city of Philadelphia will make in support of our Saints, because everybody knows the Saints will rock this weekend. On the road, looking good, and Drew is going to be at his best. Our defense, I'm told, is going to be on it, and there'll be more to come from that conversation in the coming hours to all of you guys. All right, with that, so y'all know I'm fighting for us. We're going with it this weekend. Thank y'all all so much for coming.